out by head coach Ryan Day, so coach Julian with his third straight 300-plus game. Obviously Jeremiah Smith breaking almost every record in the book. What did you like from the offense today?
We controlled the game. We ran the ball, I think, 43 times and was able to kind of get those guys some carries, and which was good. So we'll get on the film and see how we can continue to grow. I think we have young running backs, and those guys need to run. So that was good. But not having Carnell and still being able to get Jeremiah 10 catches was great. I thought that was well done, and both those guys played well.
How did you see your guys step up when Carnell wasn't out there?
Yeah. I mean, they just did what they do, and they know. It was a good opportunity for guys like I thought. Bryson Rogers did a nice job out there, so hopefully he graded out well. And Max Clare stepped up, and we were able to get the ball a little bit more. Some of the other guys, and Brandon Ennis made some nice catches. So we need everybody. So not having Phil out there, we got Ian Moore in the game. So that was good. It was good to see some guys get out there who maybe haven't played a ton this year.
Almost 200 rushing yards. What did you like from the run game today? Because I feel like it's something that we've been waiting to kind of see that spark finally hit.
Well, I think it's been efficient all year, but we always want to be better, and I think it's just good for the young running backs to get more at bats, and we'll continue to get better at it.
Defensively, Purdue obviously strikes first, but your defense really kicked it into gear. What changed?
I don't know if anything changed. It was great to get the turnover early. I thought our guys played well. They did a nice job with a couple schemes that they had. The quarterback broke contain a few times, but overall I thought we did a good job. And then we want when our backups get in there in that last drive, we want to hold the ground, but that didn't happen. So, but it's good. But those guys got to go play through it, and we need those guys to step up.
Caleb tips it, Jermaine obviously with the interception. You always love to get an interception in a game. What'd you like from that?
Yeah, that was big. It was big. Anytime you get your hands on balls and create turnovers, you can see how the scoreboard changes. And again, Caleb's the best defensive player in the country, so to see him do that was great.
Julian said he thinks Jeremiah deserves the Heisman. Jeremiah said Julian. What does that show about how humble both of those guys are?
Well, that's why we're supporting those guys, because we know it's a team game, and if we thought they were selfish, we probably wouldn't do it, but we'll see. We still got a lot of football ahead of us.
And I got to ask you, your son RJ breaks a record last night. How proud are you of him?
I'm really proud. It was what a game. 480 yards, and that was actually, I think, maybe his fourth or fifth 2-minute come from behind win, and to do that, I think there was no timeouts left, under 2 minutes to go on his own 10-yard line. Go to I was in the hotel with some of the coaches and some of the players watching the game, so I couldn't be there, but I was with him, and then I got a chance to see him here, and so it was good. I'm proud of him. He puts a lot of work in, and as a dad, that's all that matters.
Last one for you, Coach. 3 more regular season games left on the schedule. Then it's the playoffs. What are you looking for out of these last 3 games?
Just more consistency. So we'll get back tomorrow and have another great week of work and on to UCLA. And if we can continue to build on the foundation that we have, then the games are going to take care of themselves.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Right. I think a lot of things. It was a fun atmosphere. Had a lot of Buckeye fans in the crowd. It was awesome to see them. And I think there's some things we want to clean up and things you got to get better at. In the red zone, can't turn the ball over. So things to learn from. But overall, I thought we did some good things as well. So I think just keep growing every week and getting better each week.
Who's your Heisman pick?
Jeremiah Smith. I mean, the guy's special. He's a great player, and I don't know his stats today, but he had a great day and was making some great catches. Had the one touchdown catch, so he's a special player.
Julian, go ahead.
What did you see on the pick?
They ended up dropping 8 guys down there, and I was being reckless with the football. It's something I got to own, and can't be taking chances like that down the red zone when we have a field goal at that point. Throw it away, and we'll keep the field goal for.
What are the conversations with Ryan now as you progress through the year when something like that happens?
Yeah, I think he's obviously still what'd you see, and then he's able to talk me through it and coach me up through it, and just keep growing on that and keep getting better. We have a good relationship, so I think just keep continuing to get better. Obviously I'm going to get yelled at for that one because kicking the ball over down the red zone.
Julian, you haven't missed often this year. That throw to Max in the back of the end zone, is that just happen sometimes?
Yeah, I was off of my timing there. Max ran a good route, and I think I was off of my timing and ended up missing the throw. Wasn't great mechanically, so I think just mistimed it, and it wasn't very clean on my part. Max ran a great route; it was wide open.
How different was it not having
I think Carnell's obviously a great player, makes a lot of impact, and it was awesome to see some of the young guys step up and make some great catches. Bryson Rogers, Mylan Graham, Brandon Ennis, obviously playing a lot, so it was awesome to see.
Julian, we see your relationship with Jeremiah on the field. He said your name for the Heisman, you say his. What does that show about the relationship you guys have?
Yeah, I think it's just it's a team award. We're talking about team success, and we think we're trying to get to our goals and get to Indianapolis. So I think we're just focused on team success, and we think highly of our teammates, and we're excited for the future.
Julian, Ryan just called this win business-like. He called you guys edgy as a team, things like that. Do you feel that when you guys are just kind of getting through a win and being, I guess, business-like, blue-collar about the way you guys are going about on offense for a day?
Yeah, I think we had kind of a mindset of that going into it. We had to be edgy on the road this week and kind of bring our juice on the road. And I think guys did that. They played physical. Tight ends were physical. Running backs ran really hard. I think Bo Jackson had a really nice run. And, on third down, he got hit behind the sticks and was able to run his feet and make a guy run through contact. So it was awesome to see.
Julian, Tate has been one of your primary deep ball threats. Without him, what adjustments do you have to make in your own game plan? Because you only made a few incompletions today. You still, were able to kind of stick to your own lead.
Yeah, I think like I said before, a lot of the young guys stepped up and did a really good job. Jeremiah was getting doubled after the first couple drives. They started to double team him. So I think a lot of the young guys did a great job. Come to think, like the Bryson Rogers dig route on third down when it was man coverage, they were doubling Jeremiah. So I think just seeing those guys step up, it was awesome to see today. And we focus on that in practice, and it shows up.
Jeremiah had a career high catches. What can you say you haven't said about Jeremiah?
He's a really hard-working player, and he shows up on Saturdays because he puts in the work on Tuesday and Wednesday. And he's a really smart player, and he knows what he's doing, where he's going, and rarely makes mental mistakes and rarely makes physical mistakes.
Third straight game for you with 300+ yards. How do you see yourself maturing every Saturday out there?
Yeah, I think just getting better each and every week and growing. There's still a lot to grow from, and we'll grow from some things today, but just keep getting better, and keep growing, and keep upgrading to the next version.
Max Clare, back here in Indiana, where he's from, playing against his brother. What kind of games do you think he had today?
Yeah, Max did a great job. It was awesome to see him. We actually had a deep shot for him. He ended up slipping on the grass, but he had a really good game and did some great things. I missed him in the red zone, and he would have had a touchdown if I put it on him. So that one's on me. And he had a great game, and it was lovely to see that. On the last drive, he had that back shoulder fade too. So he had a great day.
So Jeremiah, you had a career high reception day. What did that feel like to kind of put on a show out there once again?
It feels good. Just another day in the office, I was gonna say. But I do it again this week because it's all about staying consistent. That's all that matters.
Carnell's sitting out for precautionary reasons, but it didn't seem to matter. This wide receiver room is stacked on all cylinders. How much confidence does that give you going deeper into the season?
It just shows that we got guys all around us who not can play. Carnell went down, which is sad for us. But we got Marlon Graham, we got Bryson Rogers, all the guys that was doing that, they made plays today. So I'm very excited for them guys.
We've seen from the very start, you and Julian have a special kind of connection.
Yes.
For somebody watching, what is that connection really like between you two?
I say it's a very good connection, I should say. It's a lot of hard work that went into that. From this off season, spring, fall camp as well. So y'all just seeing a byproduct of everything, but there's a lot of hard work that go into that. No, that's Julian Sayin trophy right there. The Heisman goes to Julian Sayin.
Why do you say that?
The best player in the country. Best player in the country.
What would it mean to have both of you make that trip to New York together?
It means a lot. It means a lot for this university. It means a lot for this team. We haven't had a winner in since Troy Smith, I should say. So it means a lot for this university and for this team for sure.
What did you find out about Carnell? How did it happen?
I found out when we came back here from warm-ups, it was like, he's probably not going to play today. So, we all was like, okay, we all got to go. I thought guys gone, so we all got to go out and make plays.
Did you just get tight? Just tightness, stiff?
I don't really know what's going on in the field.
What did you think of Bryson's performance today?
Bryson Rogers, he came in and made plays today. When his numbers called, he made the play. The ball threw his way, he made the catch. So that's all we can say about that.
25 receiving touchdowns in 25 minutes. Do you realize what kind of stat that is?
No, I don't. It's football at the end of the day. I think I want to just go out and just play my game and just be myself.
How do you personally work to carry over the performance that you continue to have out there every Saturday, hopefully getting all the way to Miami?
Yeah, I'm very hard on myself week in and week out. Coach Harlan, very hard on me week in and week out. So I'm just all about staying consistent and that's all that matters right now.
Joined now by CJ Donaldson. So CJ, I like to call you the running back red zone reliable because I feel like every time you guys are in the red zone, you punch it in. Walk me through those moments.
Just being consistent in practice. On Wednesday we work out a third down, short yardage day, and Coach Locke just emphasized that's my job, and I have to be money on that. So anytime I get in the red zone, it's just like I activate my X factor. I got to get in that end zone.
2 touchdowns today, 9th rushing touchdown of the season. What's working right for your game right now?
Just getting downhill, just running behind my pads, just trusting what I see, believing that my O-line will always, make the right blocks.
You got you, James Peoples, Isaiah West, Bo Jackson. They all got those touches today. What was really working right for the running back room in general, and what did you like that you saw out there?
Definitely. I just like those guys, running through contact and, making the first guy miss. That's something we emphasized this week, just not being tackled by the first guy. And, Isaiah, Bo, and James, they did a great job, just making that first guy miss, and creating those explosive runs. So I definitely love to see that today.
How key is it to carry over this performance today? You've got 3 more regular season games, and then it's on to the playoffs.
Definitely important. We got to build on it. Like Coach, they say, tomorrow, whatever we did wrong, we go improve on it, and then upgrade. That's something we continually say, upgrade. So whatever we did today, not good enough for tomorrow. So
when you watch Julian Sayin and Jeremiah Smith out there and their connection, are you in awe yourself on the sidelines watching?
Man, to be honest, sometimes I get caught on the field, just staring too much. Man, I still got a job to do, so I just be seeing two Heisman winners, just having fun out there, being kids. It's just amazing just to watch those 2 guys, connect like that on the football field.
Awesome, thanks CJ, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Joined now by Jermaine Matthews. So Jermaine, huge interception today, your 2nd of the season. How'd that feel?
I feel great. I haven't got a pick since the first game, so I've been trying to get one of those for a while, so I feel good to get that and just get a great win with the team.
Purdue strikes first in this one, but then defense really kicks it into gear. What changed down the stretch for you guys?
I think it's just the ebbs and flows of the game. They're going to make a couple plays, and we just make a couple of adjustments that we need to make, and I think we shut them down for the rest of the game. It is what it is.
And your interception was tipped by a guy named Caleb Downs. How do you feed off of his energy? How does he feed off of yours?
Caleb brings a lot of energy. He got an alter ego on game day. He's a whole different person on game day, and he feeds off on all the guys, and he feeds off on me. And I think I give a lot of energy as well. It's probably trying to get that back. So I think we feed off each other very well.
I mean, this defense has been incredible all season. Opponents averaging just 6 points a game against you guys. What is it about this defense this season that's different than maybe last year's?
I think it's different. I mean, just all 11 Silver Bullets just trying to get to that bar and play. I think all 11 guys that's on the field is all hungry. Everybody's on the same mission, So I think just knowing the mission and everybody knowing that if they just do their one job of the 11, that we'll be fine.
How much confidence does it give you that, yes, Purdue strikes first with a field goal, but you kick it into gear, you get it done down the stretch? How do you then carry that over into the next 3 regular season games that you have, and then it's the postseason?
Just getting better every day, watching the films, getting things corrected that probably didn't go too well today, and just going back to the drawing board. We'll be ready.
When you watch Julian and Jeremiah Smith out there from the sideline, are you in awe every single Saturday?
Every game. Cornell, JJ, Brandon, Julian just zip to everybody. The tight ends make some plays. Running backs looked good today. I think just the whole offense is fun to watch on Saturdays. You get to go against them every day in practice. So when you get to see it against somebody else, it looks very good. It looks very good.
Last one I got for you is I feel like everybody feeds off your energy. I saw you getting down with it before the game. Just where does that come from, and how much does that help your game?
It just get my mind right. Just go play a football game. I think I give their DJ a lot of credit. He played some great songs out there in pregame. So he got me riled up. He played just the right songs. So I think it's just getting myself ready, just an internal thing for me.
Awesome. Thanks, Jermaine.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you.
You too.
Great work.
Great day. Thank you.
Joined now by Max Clare. So Max, you're back at Purdue for the first time. How does it feel to be back here, but in the scarlet and gray?
Yeah, it feels really good. I have a lot of love for Purdue. Everything they've done for me. My time here is great, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But it feels really good to be back and being on the winning side.
You're not only back here, but you got some action out there today. How did it feel to kind of put on a show? I know you got a lot of family here, and of course your brother's on the other side.
Yeah, it was good. Still a lot to work on. Still a couple plays I went back, but it was a lot of fun to get out there and run around a little bit.
When you look at this offense, obviously Carnell kind of out for precautionary reasons, Julian Sayin, Jeremiah Smith, you getting involved, the running back room.
Yep.
How confident does that make you going down the stretch of the next 3 games and then to the playoffs?
Yeah, extremely confident. I mean, we got a group that's extremely special, and I think there's no ceiling to our offense, and we're just going to continue to grow each week.
When you watch Julian and Jeremiah make those connections, they make it look easy.
Yep.
Are you in awe every single time you watch it happen?
Oh yeah, I mean, it never gets old. It's always fun to see those guys go out there and do their thing week in and week out. So it's awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, Max. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Joined now by Peyton Pierce. So, Peyton, obviously, defensively, Purdue strikes first, but you guys kick it into gear down the stretch. What changed?
I think we just stayed the course and knew, we just keep executing and doing our job. It'll work its way out, not worrying about the score, just doing our job. Our coach will put us in the best position, and that's what happened.
You led the team in total tackles today with 7. I feel like every given Saturday, somebody else is the guy having their game. What does that show about this defense?
It's team defense. Everyone just does their job, and when the ball gets to you, make the play. And I think everyone does that. From the secondary to the front line to the linebackers, everyone's just doing their job, flying around, having fun. Encouraging each other.
Obviously, you guys pride yourself off of not allowing touchdowns in the game, but 10 points to end the day, it's not so bad. How do you carry that over the next 3 regular season games, and then obviously it's to the playoffs?
Yeah, just keep getting better every day. We messed up some stuff we got to fix. Just get back on the drawing board and keep getting better and fix it in practice and, just stacking weeks.
When you watch Julian and Jeremiah Smith out there from the sideline, are you in awe every single time you see it go down?
Yeah, they're pretty good, but we see it every practice, so we got full faith in them that they're going to do their job and go make plays when it counts. So.
Awesome. Thanks, Peyton.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you.
it. Have a good one.